I love junk radios. And the other thing I love is junk cars. So this is my next automotive project. Had this for about 25 years. It's been sitting down here in the shed. And at least I had plastic underneath it and kept it under cover. But it's pretty much a disaster car. It probably should be just parted out, but I like them this way. And this one is going to be a challenge. I did come down yesterday and change put tires and wheels on it. The tires had been sitting here for like 25 years, I think. And they were all flat right down to the ground. You can see that one right there. But I had come down here a week ago and actually pumped them up, and they pumped up. But only one of them held air. I come back the next day and they were all flat except for one. So I came down here yesterday and I worked pretty much the whole day because this thing's back in a hole here and no room to work and down on the ground and trying to find places to jack, but I was able to get some wheels and tires on it. So I'm preparing it to pull out of here and take it up to the shop. See if I can open the hood here. There's the engine. This is a 301 cubic inch. Call it a Spitfire engine. And just in the last few days I've done some investigating on the car, and I never realized it, but this 301 engine, the block is the same as a 331 Hemi, except that it's not bored quite as big. That's where they get the extra cubic inches for the Hemi, but it's the same block. The heads are what they call semi-Hemi, and so I don't know what that's about, but evidently these heads have some of the benefits that a Hemi engine has, but not all, and less cubic inches. The other kind of unique about this car, these old big cars like this back in the day, I don't think a lot of them came with 3-speed on the column, and so it's got a straight transmission, and it's dark in here and I don't know, but you can see the gear shift on the steering column. And so I thought that was pretty unique. But then this is a Windsor, and Nassau is a subheading, and the Nassau was the least expensive one that they made. It was the base car, and it seems like all of the Nassaus came with the 3-speed on the column, so maybe not so unusual. I like these tail lights. This is the first one that of the so-called Farwood look when Chrysler came out with it. I like these tail lights, but I like 56 better. But I don't want a 56, I want a 55. So anyway, if you look in there, you'll see there's the brake assembly. I intend to convert this thing to an automatic transmission, so I've been watching eBay for years, and I'll pick up these things. So there's the assembly for the brake, which is different from an automatic transmission. And so I've got pieces to convert it, and my intention is to hopefully buy one of these late model Chrysler products with the new modern computer controlled fuel injected Hemis in it, and put it in here with the automatic transmission. So that's my intention. I've been watching the salvage yards for a good candidate. Needs to be a Hemi, late model Hemi with just two-wheel drive. A lot of them out there four-wheel drive, but I can't use that in this car. I need a just two-wheel drive without the transfer case and all. So this is going to be a long project. I'll be doing videos. Most cars that I do like this are 3 to 5 year projects, so I'll do a video every time I do something major, a little progress report, but it's going to be a long time. It's complete, but a lot of rust. I don't even know how bad the floorboard is. I know up here where the pedals, the clutch and all are, it's completely gone, and I know the trunk is pretty much completely gone. And then you can see here major rust, and I'm saying it's major because places like this right here, and that right there, if you can see it, see if I can, are going to have to be just recreated because there are no patch panels for these cars. The only patch panel that I know of is they make a patch panel just for the top of this wheel well. Don't go all the way down. So that's the reason a lot of this is going to have to be recreated with sheet metal. Oh, like I said, it's complete. All the windows. I'm probably going to have to replace this windshield. The windshield is good except for right along these edges there's those bubbles where the laminations separate over the years. There is a outfit making these windshields. I think about $800 for a windshield, but it is made. The other side of the car is not quite as eat up as this side. A little bit of rust right there. That's easy to fix right there. The rocker panels under the doors are both gone on both sides, but they do make a patch panel for that. In fact, they do make patch panels for the floorboard and the trunk. But the difficult ones is this around the wheels, because there's a lot of shapes going on there that will be hard to recreate just using sheet metal and bending brakes and English wheels and all of that. But I'm determined to save this car, so we're gonna go to work on it. The other thing about this car that's difficult, these door handles they only did in 1955. The way this works is you push right here and the rest of the handle comes out, and you grab the handle and open the door. Problem is, this is pot metal, and people would grab them and jerk too hard on them and break them. Well, occasionally you can find the one on the passenger door because that door wasn't used as much and they didn't break as often, so occasionally you'll find them. But the driver's door is the one that broke the most often, and I've been looking for years on eBay and places, and I've never found one. And it's missing off of this car because it was broken. Now, I know the son of the man that bought this car new. In fact, I visited him about 2 weeks ago. Got him to tell me stories about the car. And he says he thinks that there's a door handle down in one of his buildings. And he's going to look for it. I hope he does. He's an older man. He's in his 80s. And so I worry that he'll ever really go down there and hunt for it. But he thinks there's a door handle down in the barn. And so maybe he has one. But these door handles, they look almost identical as far as right and left side, but the top side is thicker than the bottom side, so you can't just take one off the other side and bring it over here. It'll set at an angle, an unacceptable angle. So there is a difference between the right and left handles. Most of the chrome is going to have to be redone. It's all pitted. Now, a lot of stainless steel. This is stainless steel. These side trims are stainless steel. All around the windshield and the back glass is stainless steel. But anything that's pot metal is pitted and going to have to be re-chromed. The bumpers need to be redone. Bumpers are pretty decent shape except for these bolts. There's a big dent there, but there are companies around that can straighten those bumpers and re-chrome them. This is pot metal. You can see the pits in that. So another big problem. These engines, the oil filter was way back here in the corner. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's right back in there. And it's a cartridge filter, so you had to take the cover off, put a new cartridge in, and back in that hole it was just almost impossible to get to. So what this guy did was take a torch and cut a great big hole in the inner fender so he could get to it from behind the front wheel. So finding another inner fender is another challenge. Where I live, there is a guy that started collecting Chrysler products many years ago, and he has a junkyard hidden way back on a farm with probably 100 old Chryslers. However, I talked to him the other day and he said he didn't think he had anything in 55 and 56. He thought everything down there was 60 models, even though a friend of his says there is a 57 down there. But 57 is different, so 55 and 56 are pretty much the same body. So anyway, I'm going down there and scour around and see if there are any 55, 56s down there that maybe I could get a couple of these hard to get items like that inner fender and like that door handle. I don't think my chances are good. So there we go. Next project. We're going to go to work on it, and I'm 76. I'm 76 years old, and don't know if I'll be able to finish this car or not. But it'll give me something to work on. Keep me out of trouble.